Next on Worcester News Tonight, what do you love about Worcester? The city wants to hear from you on its new unofficial holiday. Plus, it's wild and it's opening soon. We have a sneak peek at the new exhibit at the Worcester Ecotarium. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. It's May 8th, and if you wrote the date down, you may have noticed the first three numbers are 508, the area code for the city of Worcester. And for the first time, the city's declaring May 8th an unofficial holiday to celebrate all things Worcester. Our Cam Jandros live in the city tonight with more. Cam?
Anna, one thing I like to celebrate is the city's restaurant scene and how it continues to grow. That's why we're here on Shrewsbury Street. But going around the city today, people gave a lot of reasons for why they love the city of Worcester, whether it be the art scene, the three-deckers, or even the fact that the Worcester Red Sox will be a thing in 2021. And they were all able to celebrate them today on 508 Day. 508 is more than just an area code for some. It's a symbol for the city they love.
Worcester caught me off guard when I moved here. We didn't expect to stay, and I just quickly fell in love with it. I knew that there was potential here, and there's people who really care, and I feel like Worcester's very honest.
Mayor Joe Petty signed a proclamation declaring May 8th 508 Day. It's becoming sort of an unofficial holiday, and the city is encouraging people to share what they love about Worcester.
I think it's a great city. It's a diverse city. It's a city that works well together, and it's really because we all work well together. This is the result.
Powwow Worcester spearheaded the creation of 508 Day. Wednesday, they hid these magnets across the city to engage people.
We've put them out in front of local businesses, iconic landmarks in the city. It's a gorgeous day today, and to get people out on foot or in their car to explore the city.
Worcester Wares sells nothing but Worcester-centric gifts. They hosted a 508 party Wednesday. Owner and Powwow co-director Jessica Walsh says she celebrates the city every day. But this just adds to it.
Whether you clean up a small section or you go to your favorite small business, it's just to get people a little bit more focused on coming back out into Worcester, and it's a good reminder.
After Powwow repainted the city for 3 years, Walsh says the time to celebrate Worcester is now.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be pretty blind to see that Worcester's not on the move right now.
Now, as part of 508 Day, Powwow Worcester announced that they are also launching a new wine, and some of those proceeds will go back to Powwow Worcester so they can continue to paint across the city. Live in Worcester tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
City Manager Edward Augustus released his proposed budget for fiscal year 2020 this week. The budget, totaling $685 million, is a 5% increase from last year. In it, the city is committed to more than $300 million for the Worcester Public Schools, which is also an increase from last year. The budget maintains the largest unused levy capacity in city history at $18 million. Other highlights include an increase in emergency management staff and 3 more safety captains for the Worcester Fire Department. The proposal will be reviewed by the City Council. An intersection causing concerns in the town of Holden is the topic of debate at a meeting Wednesday. It was the second of 2 public meetings about the Shrewsbury Street and Doyle Road Improvements Project. Director of Public Works John Woodsmall says after the first meeting, many were concerned with the proposed changes. Tonight, the town unveiled a new design in hopes it will keep the project going in the right direction and clear up some of the congestion drivers are currently experiencing.
So what we did is we went back to the drawing board with our design engineers, looked at some ways of reconfiguring the roadway, and made some changes in terms of moving sidewalks closer to the roadways and areas, narrowing some of the walking paths that we had near the Mount View School. So instead of it being a 10-foot wide walking path, it's now down to a 5-foot wide sidewalk.
Woodsmall says he's happy with all the input from the community and says it will lead to a better project. A near tragedy in Worcester. A grandmother and toddler are in the hospital tonight after getting hit by a car. It could have been much worse if it weren't for the quick actions of workers nearby. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
A mangled stroller at the scene where Worcester police say a car struck a grandmother and a 3-year-old child.
The stroller was pushed under the front of the vehicle.
The crash happened around 10:30 Wednesday morning in front of Foley Stadium. Police say this red car was stopped at the crosswalk waiting for the grandmother and child to cross when the silver car rear-ended the red car and lost control, hitting the crosswalk pole and the stroller.
The driver of the red car and the silver car got out and they were able to kind of pull the child out from underneath.
Nearby DPW workers like Cody Hall jumped into action, also helping to free the child.
Trying to help someone, so it was, the heart was pumping, the blood was pumping, the strength was there when needed.
Police say the 2 victims were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They say if the child was pinned underneath the car's tires, it would have been a much different story.
Thankful for that.
Police say right now the driver is not facing any charges. The crash is still under investigation. In Worcester, Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A new restaurant on West Boylston Street is robbed. The owner says they may have been targeted. West Boylston police responded to No Occasion Kitchen early Tuesday morning. Surveillance captured 2 male suspects wearing hoodies and heavy clothing break a window and get away with the cash register. Robert Newen says the kitchen's been open for less than 2 months. He's thankful he had taken the day's sales from the register, leaving the suspects with only change.
This building's been empty for the last 5 years, and we came in, and I think there's a lot of buzz with the No Occasion Kitchen. The police think that they're here because they knew exactly where everything's at, and we're very busy.
Police ask anyone who may have noticed suspicious vehicles or people in the area to contact them. The Ecotarium is debuting its new exhibit this weekend. Today we got a sneak peek at the mountain lions. It was once a habitat for the iconic polar bears. The Ecotarium has transformed the space into a home for mountain lions.
Our last polar bear passed away, and really towards the end of her life, the Ecotarium staff and board made a decision that we would not have polar bears anymore, and we really shifted our focus to native New England wildlife only.
The 2 mountain lions are only about 6 months old right now, but once they're full grown, they're expected to be anywhere between 100 to 140 pounds. The new 18,500 square foot habitat is one of the largest exhibits in the U.S. and has plenty of space for the lions to grow into. President Lucy Hales says safety was a big priority when redesigning the space.
There's steel mesh. It looks like fabric, but it's just been powder coated, but it is steel. The locking mechanisms, the policies that are in place for the staff to check those locks every day, that's a big part of our safety procedures. We have security cameras and alarm systems as well. We have a system where keepers can be able to see the cats at any time of day on their phones. They can just pull that up.
The 2 young mountain lions were found motherless wandering a neighborhood in California. They were nursed back to health by the Oakland Zoo before coming to Worcester. An important addition because mountain lions were declared extinct in Massachusetts in 2018.
And that's what we're going to try to tell when we open this exhibit, that, why these cats aren't here anymore. And it just opens up, greater stories about conservation and, what we can do to kind of promote that message.
The plaza where the exhibit is located also features 3 new predatory bird habitats. The exhibit will open officially to the public this Saturday. ArtsWorcester is celebrating the end of their capital campaign and their 40th anniversary. The organization recently made the move to Portland Street behind the Hanover Theater. Wednesday, they cut the ribbon on the new spot. The goal was to raise $1.25 million for their campaign, and ArtsWorcester exceeded it by nearly $500,000. Settling into their new downtown location, the organization says they'll play a role in the success of local artists.
Their careers. They are people straight out of college. They are people that have senior established reputations, everybody in between. And there's no limit as to what they make. They can make anything. Our job is to advance them and to give them opportunities to exhibit and sell.
ArtsWorcester says they are completely free and open to the public. A group of Worcester High School students is set to perform with rock royalty this week. After a lot of practice, the students say they're ready to take the stage at the Hanover Theater. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
2, 3.
A
A Burncoat High School chorus is rehearsing for a big performance. Thursday night, they'll share the stage with rock group Foreigner.
I mean, it's not every day you get to work with such amazing artists.
Like, everyone at church is going to love this because they're all older and they know about Foreigner.
The 27 students are in the select chorus called Quadrivian, and they don't have to go a long way from home. Choral director Dave Twist says the Hanover Theater picked them for the gig.
Foreigner uses a high school chorus for I Want to Know What Love Is all the time, and the Hanover Theater knows us because we do an awful lot of performing.
Twist says while only a fraction of his students knew Foreigner, almost all were familiar with the song. Senior Quinlan Fitzgerald says his dad will be in the audience and thinks the show is as cold as ice.
It's just going to be so much better because he loves seeing me perform on the stage, and he just can't wait to see his favorite band and I on the stage with them.
Quadrivian isn't new to performing with stars. Many of them already performed a Christmas concert with Kenny Rogers. Martlin Adu says this is another great opportunity.
This would be a completely new experience, and I'm just really excited.
For those students who want to go on into music for a career later, they can be inspired by what they are giving to an audience and what the audience is giving back to them.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.